everybody. Thank you so much for joining me here on Messy Girl Crafts. My name's Ashley. If you're new here, welcome in. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome home. Today we are going to be whipping and chatting. This is Candy Cane Holiday Heel. I think that's what it's called. I can never remember. I call it Holiday Heel, but it's like Candy Cane Heel, something like that. This is by Crystal Canvas Art Designs. I'll have their shop linked in the description box below. This is my very first Crystal Canvas Art Designs canvas I've ever worked on. And actually, look at how much progress I made since the last time you guys saw this. Isn't that so awesome? Okay, I know, okay, I have thoughts and feelings about this canvas, but from afar, it really does look cute, honestly. Like, the white background actually is really cool. And look at how shiny. Okay, it's giving the effect that you would want it to from afar, but yeah, we'll get into it. But anyway, so this is what I'm whipping on right now. I only have like 1.5 rows left. I decided to switch to Crafts with Crashly cover paper because the plastic sheet was driving me bananas. So I just ripped it off and threw it away. And I'm using my Margaret Morales cover paper from Crashly. This one is called Garden of May by Margaret Morales. I also have the joining cup and pen that goes with this. Actually, the pen is over there, the cup is over there. I'm not using either of those right now, but I have these handy, so I'm using the cover papers from Crashly. And last time I worked on this, I used this little pink heart wax for the multi-placer, and then I don't remember if I just used it. I think I used a dirty glue dot as the single placer, but I've been using the pink wax for the multi-placer and the single placer on this canvas just because even though I go through it really fast, it's still just like easy and good. But I was working on a different canvas recently and I switched out the multi-placer. Now just has putty in it. It has in it cashmere and plum from Branda's Crafty Corner, and it smells amazing. You can still smell it a little bit. But I have this in my multi-placer right now and a dirty glue dot in my single placer. I don't feel like switching stuff out right now, so I'm just going to keep using what's in here. But if it starts to get finicky, I'll switch it out for the pink heart wax that I have right next to me. For my tray, I just have my Holiday Bijou Bliss tray from last year. It's this really cute candy cane tray, and it's got striped sides, and it's got green lines on the inside, so I'll have that ready to go. And then I have this cute little, it's a cover minder from Galloway's Gallery. It is a little gingerbread dragon, which is so cute. But once I switched over to the Crashly paper, I really didn't need the cover minder anymore, but I just like to have it as like a little friend on the side of my whip. It just makes me happy to have it there. Excuse me. Those are the supplies I have. That's my whip. Let me know in the comments what you're working on while we chat today. I am highly motivated to finish this. Let me show you actually, because you guys are like, we want to see Marie Christmas. I did finish my first row, okay? Don't get me wrong. I like to switch between projects. So this is the first, it's upside down, but this is the first row done of Marie Christmas. So it really goes like this. So I've done the top of the curtains here. It looks so good. This canvas, like, literally, well, I mean, all Diamond Art Club canvases, they spoil me. So what happens is I tend to want to work on them over all of my other projects. And so I have to be very diligent about, like, only working on a row at a time. So if I have other whips going, I'll do a row of a Diamond Art Club, and then I'll do a row of something else, and then a row, and a row, and a row, and a row. So as you can see, I have these two big sections left to finish this row before I get to my last row. But I think because we're so close to being done, and I know that this is going to be a big confetti section because this is part of the high heel, I think I'm going to do these ones over here and just finish it this way. Because again, I'm very motivated to finish this canvas. And I know that these two sections are going to be a lot of that white color blocking because this is just like the stick part of the heel. So I think during a whip and chat, it'll be easier to just like multi-place the white and you know, talk to you guys at the same time. So I'm going to, even though this is the row, I'm going to do this corner piece and get as far as I can. And then if I end up opening up the next section, I will do that. So let's get started, shall we? Actually, you know what I could probably do? I could probably open up both of these and just adjust the sizing because yeah, this is pretty much all white. So I just exposed all of that. So I'm going to cover up this little part of the heel right here, and I'm just going to do this open part. So I'll make a straight line. That way it actually shows even. When I switched over to the Crafts with Craft Sleep paper, I had to kind of just like randomly put the paper down in spots because it wasn't like, I wasn't doing the sections perfectly, but then I started to do them perfectly. So now I'm having to kind of go back and like shift a little bit. But multi-placing the white, let me see. I think I told you guys I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There were 9 bottles of the white. We only have 3 bottles left of the 9. So we are using up this white crystal a lot. So I'm just going to dump this whole bottle into my tray here. Put that to the side. I've got my pen. And we can start going. So, how are you? I'm currently filming this on Monday night. It is 8:22 on December 15th. I was like, what does that say? Normally I film these on Sundays, but this weekend was just wild. We got a lot of stuff done, but I thoroughly exhausted myself to the point where I was like, I cannot physically go on any longer. So I didn't want to film and be like, you know, grouchy and tired and stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to film Monday when I get home from work. I know I'm in my work clothes still, but you know, I got to fit it in when I can. And honestly, doing this after work and chatting with you guys is kind of therapeutic for me. Because, like, today was a really stressful day at work, and it really does feel nice to be like, I have to film, therefore I have to diamond paint. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I do need to film this video, but also it's an excuse, kind of, to, like, work on my project for a solid, like, hour and a half to 2 hours, uninterrupted, because I'm filming. So, there's that. But yeah, today was a lot. This is my last week of work before the holiday break, so... Again, you guys are seeing this on Wednesday, so when you see this, I'll only have the rest of Wednesday, and then Friday's my last day. Thursday, I'm off. So I'll be very close to being done for before the holiday break, which is so exciting, but also kind of nerve-wracking because we have family coming in on Saturday. We don't even know what time on Saturday either, which is kind of giving me anxiety a little bit. But yeah, we have family coming in on Saturday because, of course, we were like, you know, because we're expecting Eli soon. We don't want to travel very far from the house after, you know, I started my 3rd trimester. And so naturally, everybody was like, okay, great, we'll just come to you. And like, I don't know why we didn't anticipate that. We should have. And I think on some level we did. But also, it was just one of those things where I was like, oh wait, now we're hosting, like, we like hosting. Like we hosted Thanksgiving for like 18 people and it was amazing. Like we really do enjoy doing that. But like, I'm not kidding you guys, because my baby shower with my family was the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Normally I am traditionally like Christmas goes up the Sunday after Thanksgiving. Like that is my tradition. It's been what my family does my whole life. But we were so tired after the shower, and we still had people like leaving, and we were seeing people on the Sunday after Thanksgiving. We didn't have the mental energy or capacity to put Christmas up that Sunday. And as you know, time escapes you and life just goes on and stuff. And so I was like, so when are we going to put up Christmas, Eric? And he's like, oh, we're going to do it. And it was all like, I'm telling you, the boxes were... We had pulled out the boxes the week after Thanksgiving, and they were just in the living room, all over the living room. Just boxes of Christmas decor. The tree wasn't up, nothing was up. Finally, this weekend after, I think it was the weekend after Thanksgiving, Eric got the tree up, but it was just the tree with the lights. It didn't have any ornaments on it. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of digging it. Eric was like, we can leave it like that. I was like, no. We have to make it pretty. But for a while we still had boxes all over the living room of like decor, but we had just the Christmas tree up and plugged in, and it was just had lights on it. And it was nice to have the tree up, and I was like, okay, well, I feel a little bit Christmassy because the tree's up, but like I wanted to decorate and like bring out all my stuff and like whatever. So I was like, we gotta do it. And then, the second weekend of December went by, and then we were approaching this past weekend, and I was like, okay, we have to do it, because If we don't, we won't. And I really want to, especially because we have guests coming into town, and like we're having some people over not Thanksgiving, Christmas dinner. And I'm just like, I want my house to be like warm and fuzzy and cheery and happy and stuff. And so Eric and I on Sunday, this past, like for me it was yesterday, but for you guys this past weekend, we hustled and we put up Christmas. Probably to my detriment. I definitely probably overdid it and pushed myself way too hard. Not like, and again, Eric is like on me. He's like, I'm gonna lift the boxes and I'm gonna do this. It was just a lot of like bending over and pulling out decorations. And then of course I'm super picky. So I'm like, I want to put them where I want to put them. And again, he doesn't fight me on it, but like, I'm like grabbing stuff and he's like, Ashley, you need to slow down. And I'm just like, you know, I'm in like full nesting phase. So I'm just wanting to like make everything cute all the time. And I think I might have overdid it on Sunday a little bit. I was very, very tired. And then we had work today. So I was like, you know, like I said, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to film. I'm just going to take the rest of the night to relax. But we did successfully get Christmas up inside and outside. We don't have lights on the house, but we do have like little cute blow up things. We have like a gingerbread girl and a snowman. And then Eric puts those oversized ornaments in the tree that's in our front yard. And we have one of those projectors that projects snowflakes on the house. So we like, it looks like we tried a little bit. Oh, and then we have this giant wreath on our front door. It's super cute. We got it at Home Depot years ago, like really, really soon after we bought the house. We were at Home Depot and they had this giant wreath for like $30. It looks like a wreath that probably should have cost like $70 because it's like a huge front door wreath. But I don't know if it was like on a super sale for Black Friday one year or whatever, but we got it for super cheap and we keep it really nice in our attic. And yeah, we have that on our front door. And then inside the house, obviously we put up the tree. I put all the ornaments on it. Eric helped me. And then I just like threw all of our like, you know, Christmas blankets, throw blankets on the couch. I put our tablecloth on the table. My favorite thing, like my thing that I like to collect, because you know, some people like to collect different like holiday themed things and that's like their thing. For me, I love Christmas countdowns. They're my absolute favorite. I currently have 4 of them. 2 of them are like hanging ones, like they're on like a little string and you can like hang them up like somewhere. And 2 of them are wooden. The wooden ones are my favorite. And it has, you know, the days 1 through 25. And then you move the little star on the tops of the trees, or you move the little thing. Like I love, like growing up, I loved running around the house to all of the countdowns and changing it from like one day to the next day. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of bummed because we got it up so late that we had to start the countdown on the 14th. So it was like half of the month was over and I was like, I didn't even get to do it the right way, but it's fine. I'm just glad it's up, and it's up a week early. Well, 2 weeks early because Christmas is oh my God. Christmas is next week. I can't, like, my brain cannot comprehend that. Like, time is going so fast, and I am desperately wanting it to slow down because, I mean, yes and no. I'm very, 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 very excited to meet Eli and go through the labor and delivery process and like, and do all that. But also I'm in that stage of like a little bit panic mode because I just keep thinking of stuff we have to do. And I'm sure it would be fine if none of those things were done. But, well, some of the things do have to be done. But, like, some of those things, it's just extra. But I'm extra, so I want them to be done. And they're not done yet. Like, Eric I can hear him. He's currently putting... because I had, like, a little freak out. He's currently putting up a mini fridge. So Eric's dad had an extra mini fridge from when Eric's little sister was in college. And we already have a mini fridge downstairs that just has like drinks in it. So that way we don't have to clutter our big fridge with like soda cans and stuff for parties or whatever. So we already have a mini fridge downstairs. But his dad said that he would give us their mini fridge because we can keep it upstairs, which will be really convenient for when Eli is like just getting here and I'm breastfeeding and pumping and stuff, because I will have a fridge upstairs where I can just like pump and put it in a fridge. It also has a separate freezer, not one of those little freezer boxes that mini fridges have. It's like an actual separate freezer with its own door, because like with breast milk, if you're not going to have the baby consume it within 24 hours, you have to freeze it so it like lives longer. So I'll have literally access to a full fridge and freezer upstairs. and we're gonna put it like not in our bedroom, but on the landing right before you go into our bedroom. So that'll be great too, because like I can put like yogurts and fruit and snacks for me, because I've heard that when you breastfeed you're like so hungry, like you just want to eat like an animal. So it'll be nice to have more than just dry snacks up here. I'll have like, you know, again, like fruit, protein shakes, like I can put a bunch of stuff in there for me too. And then the freezer, I can keep that more so for the baby. When we're like making bags and stuff like that of milk. And then in the morning we can take it downstairs. Like it won't stay up there. We'll transfer it to the big fridge. But just because in the middle of the night, nobody wants to go up and down the stairs like a bunch of times, you know, especially if the baby's sleeping and, you know, whatever. So he's currently putting the mini fridge up, in the landing area, because I was telling him before I started filming, I was like, I'm so stressed out because my brain right now feels like the size of a watermelon seed. I have no retention right now. I feel like I'm full pregnancy brain. I cannot retain any thought in my mind. And what happens is I see something and I'm like, oh, I have to do this. And then I see something else and I'm like, oh, I gotta do that. It's like true, like task switching at its worst. Like, and he was like, do you want me to get you like a notepad or something? Or do you want to use the notes app on your phone to like write stuff down? And I'm like, literally, even the thought of having to write something down feels overwhelming to me, but also I'm constantly in like a terror that I'm forgetting something. Like wait, do I have to be somewhere, or did I forget to text that person, or oh, do I have to go do this? And then I'm like, oh, squirrel, I have to set up this. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, and I keep doing that. Like, okay, for example, diamond painting related, I've taken pictures of all of my kits that I want to destash, and I took pictures on Saturday of all my kits with the little card that has my name on it and the date, because I was going to post it in the DAC fans destash group. I was going to post it on Sunday because I was like, this will be great. I'll post it in the morning, and then if anybody messages me throughout the day, I have the day off so I can respond to them quickly to like try to like print labels and get things out of the house, because I really want all of that out of the house. Like it's just staring at me and I don't want to look at it anymore. So I really want to get it out of the house. Plus I know I'm going to have to destash again because you know, the mystery boxes, like I know I'm not going to want everything in my mystery boxes, which they're like right behind me. We'll talk about that. So I was like, do I just wait to destash when I get my mystery boxes, or do I just do this first because it's a bigger pile, and then my mystery boxes can all be like a one destash post? Kind of liked the idea of doing that better. So I took all the pictures. I took the picture with my name card that has a date on it, and you're supposed to post it like right around when your date is that you put on the card, so that way it's like relevant. But then like time got away from me. And so right now the card that I took the picture with says Saturday the 13th, but it's now the 15th at 8:00 at night, and I'm filming this, and then I'm like, I gotta post that. And every day that I don't post it, it means I might have to retake a photo. Like if I get too far into the week, I'm gonna have to pull all the kits back out, take new photos with a new postcard, and it's just like, I'm not supposed to feel stressed right now. I'm supposed to be relaxing. But it's a lot. It's a lot. And then, on Sunday, after we finished putting up Christmas, we, actually, did we do it first or second? I think we did it second. So, which is why I was so tired. So the first thing we did on Sunday was we went to Walmart, because I needed to pick up a couple things, but also like we had a couple lingering like stocking stuffers we needed to get for family, and just some other Christmas presents that I just like gift cards. We had a list. We actually went to Walmart with a list. Like I actually sat down and I made a list and I checked it twice and we went to Walmart and we spent entirely too much money, but we finished Christmas shopping. But that was a 2-hour excursion. So Eric and I woke up on Sunday, we went and got breakfast, which was nice. It was good. And then after we got breakfast, we went to Walmart, and literally I walked Walmart for two plus hours, and we were up and down. We were getting different things. We ended up also getting a new TV for the garage, because Eric and I currently go to like a gym. He goes more than I do right now, obviously, because I'm super pregnant. But I still go. I go like once a week. He's gonna go tonight. After he finishes putting up that fridge, he's literally gonna go, and it's like already almost 9:00. He's absolutely insane because we work tomorrow. And so we go to a gym, but once the baby is here, he was thinking, I think I told you guys this, he was like considering like canceling his membership. And I was like, over my dead body. I was like, no, you're not going to do that, because that's like your you time and you need your you time. I have diamond painting. This is my me time. Having a baby next to me isn't going to bother me while I'm like, I can do both of those things. You cannot successfully work out and go to the gym with the baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not a thing. So, but I was like, I don't want you to cancel your membership, because I think you really still need to have your you time and whatever. And like, once I'm feeling more up for it after I recover from my whatever, however I have this baby, I'll want to probably go with you a couple times. And so those are times where we can drop off, you know, with grandma, we can drop off with my mom and come back and pick him up after the gym. So like, we still should keep the membership. But I told him, I was like, in the beginning, you're not going to want to leave the house, because you're going to want to obviously be with him, be with me, help me out, because I'll be recovering and like all this stuff. So during the week, even when he does go back to work after parental leave is over, he's probably going to work out at the house like Monday through Friday, Monday through Thursday. But then the weekends will be when he gets to like go to the gym and spend as much time as he wants, like really going to the gym. But we have a TV in the garage that he uses when he works out in the garage. And right now he only works out at home like maybe once a week, maybe twice if he skips the gym because he's just too tired to drive all the way over there. But the garage and the TV garage is like really, really old, and it doesn't connect well to the internet. So, and it's not a smart TV, so he's constantly fighting with it. But they had at Walmart a 50-inch Samsung for like $250 or something like that, or maybe a little bit, maybe $260. I can't remember. It was like it was not that expensive. And so I was like, Merry Christmas. So he got a new TV for the garage, which is great, because I think that'll be really nice for him to like, he's gonna use it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like we got a TV for no reason. Like, he'll use it, and it'll make him happier to work out at home in the beginning during the week and stuff. So that happened. But we were literally walking around Walmart for like literally two plus hours, getting Christmas presents, getting last minute groceries. He still has to go to Publix though, because we have other like groceries that he has to get that he doesn't like to get at Walmart, like protein and stuff. So and also, I don't know why, but the Walmart gift card selection was just really subpar. Like, they only had food gift cards. They didn't have like places. Like, they didn't have like Amazon, and I'm sure they did somewhere in the store, but the one giant kiosk we found didn't have it, so we just gave up. They didn't have like Amazon. They didn't have like retail stores, like, you know, whatever. We were thinking of different ideas for like other certain people in the family, and like we're not going to get them a restaurant gift card. That just doesn't seem, it just seemed weird as like their Christmas present. So we were just kind of like back and forth. But we ended up getting everything we needed. But by the time, and I have a belly band that I'm supposed to wear. Well, I haven't been like told I have to wear it, but I bought it to wear it when I'm feeling like I'm going to be doing a lot of walking, because it helps support the weight of my stomach. So that way it's like not hurting me when I'm walking around all day. And I don't know what possessed me to not put it on. Again, it's probably my peanut-sized brain right now. I told Eric, I was like, you have to literally be my brain walking outside my body, because I cannot remember literally anything other than my name. And that might go very soon, because I'm so scattered. Let me know if any of you guys experience this in pregnancy, where you feel like you literally lost your mind, because over the last week, I literally feel like my mind is gone. Like, I felt like I was already having like moments of forgetfulness, but now I'm to the point where like I can't even fall asleep sometimes, because I'm just like constantly thinking, like I'm rotating through the list in my head of the things. And I'm like, Ashley, just chill out. Just chill out. Do the thing in front of you and then move on, you know? But I'm just so like scatterbrained. I don't even remember where I was going with that. How about that? Hold on, I need to get 3 drills. This isn't going so bad. Look how fast, look how fast I'm going. I've already done this, these like, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, man, I thought I had to sneeze and it went away. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Oh, anyway, I've done like 8 like little columns so far, but I'm just moving from one direction to the other. I learned up at the top of the canvas, do not go in two different directions. It does not like that. Either you just single place everything, or if you're going to multi-place in one direction, because it does not like it when you switch it up. Anyway, I was talking about my scatterbrain, which I have still, as you can see. This is a real life example of how my brain works. So after, I was talking about the belly band. So I have this belly band and I have barely used it. I did use it one time when we went to somewhere. Was it Busch Garden? No, it wasn't Busch Gardens. I don't remember where it was. I just remember I sweat a lot because you had to wash it. We went somewhere and I wore my belly band and it was super helpful. And I haven't really worn it since. And again, it's meant for especially someone in their third trimester where their stomach is like huge and like I'm not used to carrying my weight in my stomach only, like so much in my stomach. Like normally I like carry my weight equally distributed around my body. But now I'm really feeling like my balance is getting thrown off and my back doesn't hurt because I stand pretty straight, but I feel the heaviness in my lower gut, like, because I feel like he's moving around and it's just, I feel very heavy in my front and it kind of hurts. So I should have worn the band to Walmart, but I didn't because I forgot. And I think in my mind, we weren't going to take 2 hours. Like in my mind, I was like, we have a list. So the list is going to make us go very fast. Surely it did not. Surely it did not. So, after wandering Walmart for 2 hours and getting stuff done, but wandering, I was so tired. So tired. And then we got lunch on the way home, and then we had to put up Christmas. And so after already having walked 2+ hours that morning, we then went home and I was like bending over to get ornaments out of boxes and I was picking stuff off the floor and I was like organizing presents and I was putting things, and again, I wasn't lifting anything heavy. I wasn't straining myself like with the task at hand, but I was going up and down the stairs and like I would take breaks. Like I would sit and just sit and like I drank my water. I've been so good about drinking my water. Like it's been insane. I'm like a fish. But it just wasn't enough. Like I was just my body was so beat. And like after we finished all the Christmas stuff, then we had dinner. I don't even remember what we had, but we had like quick dinner. That's right. We had to go to Ulta because I wanted to make a hair and makeup appointment for my maternity shoot, which is happening on December 28th in like the afternoon, and that's a Sunday. So I was like, let me go to Ulta really quick and just schedule an appointment for hair and makeup because I don't want like, wedding style hair and makeup, but I don't want to have to think about it. Like I don't want to have to do my own hair and makeup that day because I'm already going to be like stressed out about a million other things going on, and it's going to be just after Christmas. It's that Sunday and there's a lot of other things happening that weekend. So I was just like, let me just treat myself to getting my hair and my makeup done. Again, it's going to be super light day makeup, nothing heavy, curls in my hair, maybe a little bit of an updo. I paid, it's so annoying. They put one ponytail or one bobby pin in your hair, it's considered an updo. And they charge you like a lot more money. But they said that I could schedule it for the updo and then I could just drop it down to just like a curl where they just curl my whole head and then I do whatever I want with it. So I booked it for the updo. But if I find a hairstyle that I like between now and then, like an inspo pic on Pinterest or something, that's not it's not an updo, it's just like a curled hair situation, they will back it down for me. So at least that was good. So, but I booked that and then someone's going to do just like light day makeup on me. So again, I don't have to think about it. And then I have to get some props. There was a couple cute pictures I saw when because I have a Pinterest board that's like all about like the maternity shoot and stuff that I like the vibe that I'm going for. And there was a couple really cute pictures. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. Oh, I have to reset that. That was just bloody awful. There was this one really cute picture where the mom had a huge bouquet of baby's breath, like white baby's breath. And so it was like a picture of like her bump and then she was like holding baby's breath. So like you couldn't see her face. It was kind of like an artistic photo. And I just thought it was so beautiful. So I'm going to go to like Michael's or Hobby Lobby or anywhere they have like fake flowers. And I'm going to get like a huge fake bouquet of baby's breath. So I have to get that. I'm probably going to bring a sonogram picture. Although what's kind of annoying is that The only like sonogram strip I have is from my 8-week appointment when they confirmed my pregnancy. We never got sonogram printed photos again. The photos that I've been sharing with you guys are all like off of my phone because now they just send them to you digitally. So there's not like, I could print out the photos myself, but they're not like that strip that you would normally see people holding in pictures and stuff, which I guess doesn't really matter. I could just print out like my one favorite of his profile, which I probably will do. I'm planning to bring a bunch of stuff, and then depending on like the vibe of the session, some stuff I'll use, some stuff I won't. Like I might bring like one of his onesies so we could pose with a onesie. Like I have one that could be his going home outfit. It just depends on how big he is. It says little miracle on it because he's our little miracle, but it might not fit him if he's as big as we think he might be. Yeah, so but I might take pictures with it. I'm trying to think. We might bring like something like cutesy dragon-y from his room. What other props? What was I thinking about? I don't know. I have to go back through my inspo pictures and like look at everything to decide what I want to do. But yeah, so my brain is very much like in that space too. It's like I'm thinking about getting ready for Christmas and like family coming into town and like hosting for the Christmas holiday. But then immediately after that is like prepping for the photo shoot and also like YouTube stuff. And then also New Year's is right around the corner. And so like we're going to a friend's house for New Year's that's really close to here. Like I'm not driving far, but she's here. And so like getting ready for that. And it's just like, I feel like there's just always something happening in the next 2 weeks. Oh, and then on top of that, I have to, after Christmas is over, I'm going to probably start packing our hospital bags because my goal is to have our hospital bags packed and ready like by the New Year's Day, like, or whatever, very close to like right before I go back to work. So like I was telling you guys before, this is my last full week of work. And then I'm off for 2 full weeks. And then I go back to work on January 5th. And then January 5th onward, I'm just working until he decides to show up. So, which is probably going to be like, you know, somewhere in that like last 2 weeks of January / his due date's February 3rd. But I want to have my go bag ready and everything before I go back to work because it's going to be so much harder to try to pack that like on a work night and I'm stressed out. And then in January, my doctor's appointments start to become every single Thursday. So it's too much. Like it's too much. And I have 2 weeks off now coming up. So I'm like, I might as well just get my hospital bag packed. Another thing that's been kind of like haunting my brain. This is great. I should just like give you my to-do list. And then I can watch back this video and then I can mentally be like, okay, check, I did that. Okay, check, I did that. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I should watch my own video. Another thing that I have to do is finish Eli's clothing, which I'm a little less stressed about because Eric's dad's side of the family is coming up this coming weekend. And Eric's stepmom, Michelle, loves to do baby laundry. I'm like, girl, say less. I'm not going to fight you. So, and she also said that she wants to learn how our washer and dryer works. It's not that fancy, but she just wants to understand how it works. So that way, like when I'm giving birth, if for whatever reason she needs to like come back to the house and like help with chores and stuff, which is very sweet of her. And we were like, you don't have to do that. But I've also heard people say like, take any help that anyone is willing to give you because you're going to be, if you think you're scatterbrained now, just wait. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to agree with that one because I have never felt so mentally lost in my life. And I could only imagine how much worse it gets like postpartum. So she's going to come over with obviously everybody this coming weekend. And she wanted to learn how our washer and dryer worked. So I was like, well, I still have a lot of Eli's clothes from the baby shower to pre-wash and put in his closet and stuff. So that might be a good excuse to A, get that task done, but also B, like if she wants to like do it, I'm not going to fight her. And we can just practice with that stuff. Cause I don't think I'm going to want her to wash like Eric and I's clothes because we're pretty on top of our laundry. Like we do laundry every weekend. And we do like a big reset where we like re-hang everything up and like whatever. So I'm not really worried about us, but Eli's clothes are out of hand because of the sheer amount of clothing he got for the shower, which again, thank you to anyone who contributed to that. Very wonderful problem to have. But it's one of those things where like, I don't want things still unfinished in his room like that, because they're like, right now his clothing hamper is full of technically brand new clothes. I've already de-tagged everything, but it needs to be washed and then folded and put away. And then there's another whole bin in his room. And so we already have washed and put away all of his 0 to 3 months. So that's what's the most important, right? Because that's what he'll probably be in right in the beginning. Probably closer to the 3-month mark. Again, we're going to talk about it. But yeah. So he's going to be in those clothes for the first little minute. And then obviously once I'm home on maternity leave, I can finish whatever laundry hasn't been finished of like his bigger clothes that he's gotten, like 3 to 6 months, 6 to 9 month, whatever. But I just want it done. It's just, again, I'm in full nesting phase. I want it done. I don't want to have to think about washing his 6 to 9 month clothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to want that not to be a thing. I don't mind doing new laundry of the clothes he's actively wearing and like spitting up on or getting dirty or whatever. But I don't want to have to think about a huge pile of laundry that has nothing to do with that, because it's not relevant, but I want it done. Is any of this making sense? Yeah, so hopefully by the end of next weekend, that is done, and it is, we are good there. And the thing of putting it away, we're not hanging it all, like all the stuff that's too big for him. We have these really cute cubbies at the bottom of his closet, and I put the little hanger tags in there that say like 3 to 6, 6 to 9 month, whatever. It has all the hanger tags. And we have it just folded on like one of these little like rack shelf things. So basically once he grows out of his current size, we'll pull that out of the closet and out of his dresser, and we'll rotate up the new size. But the good thing with it is that size move, the new clothes are already clean. So I just have to move it. I don't have to like wash and redo and da-da-da. Like, it's already been de-tagged, washed, it's ready to go. Because when I was helping my best friend with her twins when they were little, they were premature when they were born, but once they got out of the hospital, they plumped up really fast. And so like sometimes they would fit, because every brand is different. Some brands, they would fit into like a 6-month outfit, and then in another brand they'd be in a 3-month outfit, and you'd be like, what? So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of mixing and matching too, which is another reason why I really don't want to have unfinished laundry, because I feel like he's going to burn through the first couple months of outfits probably in less time than you would normally anticipate based on the size range. So I keep alluding to the fact that he might be a big baby. Well, last week I had 2 doctor's appointments, okay? The first one was on Tuesday, and that one was December 9th, and it was my like growth ultrasound, which Eric went with me, and that's where they like do like a sonogram, and they're checking his growth and his size, all the things. And then I had a second doctor's appointment on the Thursday, which was the 11th, I think. And that one I went with my mom, and that was with my OB, and we just went to the doctor's office. They checked his heart rate, all that stuff. So when Eric and I went to I can never say this, maternal fetal medicine doctor that does the growth scan, we got there, everything was good. That was I think I might have possibly told you a little bit about that day. Let me double check my calendar. Hold on. I just want to make sure I'm not telling you the same story twice. No, I haven't. Okay. Because that was a really long day, because I had a recruitment event that day where I had to be an hour away from my house, and I had to arrive at 6 o'clock in the morning. I think I thought I told you this story because I had another event a couple weeks back that was similar to this, but that was even further. So this one wasn't as far. It was only like an hour away from my house, but I had to be there with bells on at like 6:20 in the morning. I forgot what time I got there. It was like 6 a.m., whatever. So I had to wake up at 4:30, leave the house at 5, get there at 6, set up, and be ready for the event to start at 6:30. That's what happened. And the event didn't end until 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and my doctor's appointment was at 2:30. So I had plenty of time to get there, but like I was like so tired from just being at this recruitment event all day. And so I met Eric there, because Eric worked that day too, but he got off of work early, and we both like drove to the doctor, met there, and went upstairs. So we're so excited, right? Like, we're always so excited to see our baby boy. And here, let me just throw up let me throw up a quick picture This was the cutest picture from the most recent ultrasound. Isn't he the most precious baby angel? He looks just like Eric. I'm so in love. Okay. So we get in there and the woman's like really nice. She's like doing the sonogram and stuff. It was funny. The girl who took my blood pressure, my blood pressure has never been a problem throughout this entire pregnancy so far, like at all. And she was taking my blood pressure and I was like, hey, I'm just letting you know, normally I don't come from work to these appointments. Normally I take my doctor's appointments days like completely off. So if my blood pressure is a little high today, it's because I've been up since 4:30 in the morning and I haven't like, you know, whatever. And she was like, oh, that's so funny. She's like, your blood pressure wasn't bad, but it's definitely elevated from when you've been here before. And I was like, yeah, that makes total sense because I'm stressed out because I just drove an hour to get here from work. And she was like, got it. And then we go, you know, I got on the table, the woman comes in, she's doing the ultrasound on me, he's moving around, he looks amazing, he's still breech, so he's still head up at this appointment, and he's wiggling, she's trying to get pictures of him, of course he's being, you know, a little you-know-what, and moving around. He is obsessed with hugging his feet. It is like, his favorite thing to do is to like, put his feet up by his face and his hands, so he like puts his hands near his mouth, and his feet are in his face. He literally is like folded like a pizza. It's so funny. But it makes it really hard to get certain angles of photos of stuff because like he's like a little ball in there. And he's still moving around a lot, but his feet are by his head. So trying to get ultrasound, like 3D ultrasound pictures of him is like the hardest thing ever because there's constantly toes and fingers in his face. So we're like poking him and shoving him and I'm like turning on my side and they're trying to find him, whatever, not find him, but like get a good picture of just his face. So the one I showed you was really the best one from this session because he was being so like, whatever. So they finish the like scanning part. She gets all the pictures she needs. And then she starts going over like the measurements and stuff with us. Okay. At this appointment, it was the day that I turned 32 weeks. So by the time you're watching this, I turned 33 weeks yesterday for you. So for me, tomorrow I'm 33 weeks pregnant, but for you guys, it was yesterday. When I went to this appointment, it was the day I turned 32 weeks. My little app, my little like what to expect when expecting app says that he's supposed to be like 3 to 4 point something pounds at 32 weeks. 5.5. He is 5.5 pounds as of last Tuesday. And his head is measuring in the 96th percentile. Okay? Still normal. Again, nothing about him was abnormal. But like, his head is already 8 centimeters. And so like, normally a woman will dilate to 10 centimeters to have a baby. And he is currently 2 centimeters less than that. And he still has 6 weeks to cook. So I'm just like, 8 weeks to cook. From this 32nd week, it's 40 weeks to be fully cooked. Anyway, you guys know. So I'm just like, come again? Like he's what? And they're like, yeah, his head is already measuring again, ultrasounds aren't perfect, but they're like, his head is like approximately 8 centimeters and he weighs approximately 5.5 pounds and he's approximately, I think they said 16 or 17 inches. I can't remember how long they said he was, because again, he was folded like a pretzel, so, you know, whatever. But they were just giving us all this stuff, and this is just the sonogram tech. This isn't like the doctor, so she kind of gives us some preliminary stuff, and then the doctor comes in and like lets us ask questions, and we kind of like talk to her about what to expect next and all that. So the sonogram lady leaves. We take the picture that I showed you because that one wasn't sent to us. I'm like, thank God I took a picture of the screen, because if not, we wouldn't have seen that picture, and that was really the best one of that session. But we're waiting for the doctor, and me and Eric are just like talking about it, and I was like, man, you just had to have a big head, and we're just joking about it, and you know, whatever. But he's a growing boy, he's a big boy. And before the sonogram lady left the room, we were looking at the pictures and stuff together, and one of the data pictures said like he was measuring as if I was at the time 34 weeks pregnant. And I was like, okay. So what does that mean? And so she's like, you can talk to the doctor about it, whatever, and she'll explain. I'm like, okay. So the doctor comes in, looks at the screen, immediately goes, oh, big baby. And I'm like, big baby. I'm like, first of all, if that baby was born today, 5 pounds is not heavy. Like, that's not enough, right? Like, I want a baby that's more than 5 pounds. Not that 5-pound babies can't be healthy, but like, it's too soon. Like, too soon. Let's not say big baby when he has 8 more weeks to go. And so Eric and I were like already put off by that. We don't love this maternal fetal medicine doctor. We really don't. She's kind of awkward and weird, and she's like a little too frank. Do you know what I mean? And also she makes some generalizations that I think are meant to be informational, but they end up just making me overthink things. And I'll get to that. So she comes in, she's like, whoa, big baby. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So what does it mean that it says that he's like growing as if he was like a 34-week fetus? And she was like, well, that just means that like based on his numbers, that is more median for someone that's this far along in their pregnancy. And I was like, so does that mean I'm like having this baby 2 weeks earlier than we thought I was? And she's like, not necessarily, but it could mean that. It just depends. She said he's breech, which again, at 32 weeks, like they have 8 weeks to flip, right? That's a long time. Like she wasn't trying to freak me out about him not turning, but she was like, we're going to schedule you your final growth scan appointment on January 19th. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like that's 2 weeks before my due date. So how am I going to know if he's flipped between then and now? And again, when I talk about my second doctor's appointment, it'll make more sense. But at that point I was like, wait, so I'm not going to know if he's flipped or not until 2 weeks before my due date? Like that's kind of scary, because if he doesn't flip, that's when they kind of talk about scheduling a C-section if they can't do I think it's called the EVC or ECV, where they basically turn the baby, the doctor like can turn the baby while he's inside of you. It's like a crazy procedure that they do. It's not, well, they don't cut you open or anything, but like they can basically move your baby in your stomach. And I've heard it doesn't feel great, but they'll attempt to turn him before they actually commit to a C-section, because obviously that's not what they want. And it's not what I want either. I would do it if I had to, but I would prefer not to. So, but she's kind of freaking me out because she's like, yep, you know what, we can schedule you a C-section if this happens. She just says it very nonchalantly, and I immediately look at Eric and I'm like kind of freaking out. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. And the 19th is so like a month away from now. Well, and even longer back then. Like now it's about a month away. But like last week I was just like, that's so far away to not know what's going on. And I was just like freaking myself out. And then she was like, oh yeah, like if you guys have any newborn clothes, basically useless. And I'm like, oh, okay, like we just got like all these clothes. Granted, I think I told you guys this last time, I can't remember, but like once I finally did all his 0 to 3 month clothing and like washed it and folded it and put it up in the hangers and stuff, he does not have a lot of newborn stuff. He maybe has like 6 newborn outfits. Everything else is 0 to 3 months or 3 to 6 or whatever. I think the outfits that he has the most of is 3 to 6. Truly. That was when I was like, okay guys, you're kind of going overboard. This kid only has 3 months to wear all these clothes. But hey, I guess if he's big at birth, maybe he'll get more months out of them. He'll get like a true 6 months out of them. Who knows? But anyway, so I was like fully freaking out that like essentially like she was saying that I could give birth in 6 weeks instead of 8 weeks. And it could be a C-section because if he doesn't flip, she was like, basically if his head doesn't stop growing and his head gets bigger than 10 centimeters, you're gonna have to have a C-section. And I was listening, and again, she was just saying it very like that. And I was like, I don't love this conversation. But I'm just, of course, nodding my head and listening to her. And I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever, okay. So basically you've told me that I have a big baby. I have to throw all of his newborn clothes away and I'm going to have a C-section. Thanks for all of that great news. And I was like, is he healthy? Is he on, like, is he okay? And she's like, no, he's perfectly fine. He's just big, whatever. Like, but I'm thinking like, I don't like that she kept calling him big because he was literally like 5.5 pounds. Anyway, so leave that appointment being like, oh my God, like I was freaking out. And then I was panicking because I was like, wait, okay, I was already planning to get all these things done. Now I feel like I have to get them done sooner. And I was like putting all this mental pressure on myself because I was like, well, I'm scared because now I could go into labor even sooner than I thought, or they're going to force me to have a C-section because of my baby being too big and la la la. Well, cut to Thursday. Thursday I go to my OB, and whenever I go to my OB, I rotate doctors because again, I mean, I'm not giving birth at that location, but technically they want you to meet everybody in case you know, whoever's on call, they want you to be comfortable with the doctors. It's really, really unfortunate that my doctors don't deliver at the hospital that I plan to give birth at, because I literally love every single one of them. I would be happy with literally any of my OBs that I've met with to deliver my baby. They're all such good doctors. And the one that I met with on Thursday with my mom, she's actually a certified nurse midwife. So shout out to my midwives and shout out to my nurses. Love you all so much. I tell her that. So I tell her that exact story that I just told you about, how she was like, big baby and like throw away all your newborn clothes and like he's in the 96th percentile for his head, so you might need to do a C-section, la 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 la. The girl, she rolled her eyes so deeply. She was like, I was like, okay, tell me more. And she was like, listen, she's like, babies go through growth spurts all of the time. You like your app that you have is informational. It's a good app, but she's like, they don't tell you what percentile they're using. So like, for example, like if at the ultrasound, they're using the 50th percentile as their median, that's different than if let's say they're saying, oh, on average, he weighs from 3 to 4 pounds. If they're using a different percentile, the numbers are going to be skewed. And so she was explaining that to me, and I was like, okay, that makes more sense. Because I'm looking at my app, like he's a full 1.5 pounds ahead of where he's supposed to be based on the app. So that made me feel better that she said that. And then she was like, also with the other doctor that you have to see for the growth scans, like, don't let them freak you out. She's like, babies go through growth spurts, and your baby just might have had his growth spurt. He's breech, but he's only 32 weeks at this point. And I was like, are they gonna have to change my due date? And she's like, no, your due date never changes, because your due date is always 40 weeks after your first day of your first day of your last period. So like, your due date is always your due date. Even if you gave birth 2 weeks early, you would have a baby early. Like, we wouldn't say, oh, your new expected due date is 2 weeks early. We would just say that you gave birth at 38 weeks, which is 2 weeks before your due date. Because like this whole time I was under this impression that like if he was growing at a certain rate, they would change my due date, but they never did. And that kind of made more sense to me. I'm like, oh yeah, obviously the due date never changes, because that's when they're due. That's 40 weeks. 40 weeks doesn't change because you know that this was your last period, and so they just count out 40 weeks, and it is what it is. A lot of babies come early and a lot of babies come late, but like, your due date is your due date. And so that made me like realize that better. And then we were talking about, I was like, she was telling me to throw all my newborn clothes away. She was like, don't do that. She's like, first of all, ultrasounds are not the most like reliable as far as just like sizing, because again, your baby's moving, his legs and arms are in his face, this, that, and the other. Like, they're not getting the perfect measurement. They're just giving you an idea. And what they're really looking for is, again, heart, lungs, gallbladders, brain development, hands, toes, feet, arms, legs. Like, they're looking at the important stuff, and that's the stuff that they can tell is functioning appropriately. One of the really cool things that happened during the ultrasound with the tech was fabulous. It was just the doctor that we don't like. But the tech was showing us that even though babies in utero breathe through their umbilical cord, once they start developing up to a certain gestational age, their chest starts to rise and fall, because they're basically practice breathing. They're like their body is like practicing that simulation of breathing, even though that's not actually how they're getting their oxygen. So we got to see on the ultrasound his little chest like going up and down as if he was just like breathing regularly, and it was so cute. It was so cute. But yeah, so my OB was like, or my nurse midwife, she was like, don't let them freak you out. She was like, and I was like, well, what about him being breech? Like, is that like, I mean, I know that's a concern, but like, when should I start to worry about that? She was like, around 36 weeks, that's when we're going to probably pay attention to it a little bit more if he hasn't flipped yet. And I'm like, okay, well, I have another doctor's appointment on December 23rd, and I'm going with my mom to that one. And then every Thursday in January until he's here, I have a doctor's appointment. And she's like, yeah, so we'll be able to like kind of, sorry, this sneeze wants to come out so bad, but it will not do it. She was like, we'll be able to tell during all of those appointments, like what his positioning is. And I'm like, well, how? Because all you guys do at these appointments is like measure my stomach and check the heartbeat. She's like, yeah, well, starting on the 23rd, we're going to be doing ultrasounds in addition to heart rate and stuff. And like, they'll be doing like non-stress tests and all of that. And I was like, oh, okay. So basically, in addition to that growth scan that I have on January 19th, that's scheduled, I also have, now my OB is finally going to be doing ultrasounds on me, to just like see that his heart is good, his like all the things, like they're checking just like on really his heart and like that stuff. They're not measuring his growth, but clearly if they're doing an ultrasound, they can tell if he's still a breech or not. And I've been researching a bunch of like interesting like exercises to do to flip, like to try to get him to flip naturally. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait, because not gonna lie to you, so my doctor's appointment with my OB was last Thursday, and she gave me all this really good information. She made me feel so much better about everything, as she like they always do that. I go to the sonogram people and they freak me out, and then I go back to my OB and they're like, "You're fine," and I'm like, "Okay, great." So the day after my OB appointment, his movement felt different. He was moving a little bit less than normal, but he still did his 10 kicks in 2 hours or whatever. You know, he didn't, it wasn't concerning enough to where I felt like I needed to call my doctor, because I felt like he wasn't moving. It was just that the movement changed. I wasn't really sure how to describe it, but like it just felt different than it did the day before. And sorry, my nose is like dying. It felt different. So I was like, if tomorrow the movement feels not good again, I'll probably call. But then the next day he was moving a lot, but it just didn't feel the same as it did like Thursday and previously. Like the kicks felt different, and I just don't know how to describe it. It all just felt very different. So I was like, Eric, I don't know, I could be totally crazy, but I think he might have flipped. And he's like, Ashley, like, what are you talking about? I was like, no, literally, I don't know what it's supposed to feel like when they flip, but all I know is like his feet don't, his punches or his kicks, whichever it is, they don't feel like they're in the same spot, and they don't feel as strong. Like, I'm still feeling them, but I'm feeling them less. And the reason why that made me think maybe he did flip is because if he's head down and feet up, my placenta is at the top of my uterus. Whenever they do the scan, it's like mine is at the top. So they were like, if he kicks upward, you're gonna have like a little bit of a muffled feeling, because your placenta is like taking a little bit of that blow, and you're not feeling it. So like when he kicks straight out into my stomach or down, I feel it like a lot, because there's nothing blocking his foot or hand or whatever. But when he kicks or goes up, it's like I don't feel it as strongly. It feels like that kind of muffled sensation. And that's kind of what I was feeling on Friday. So I'm like, did this little kid flip the day after my appointment? Are you kidding me? And again, unfortunately, I don't have another doctor's appointment until December 23rd, which is 2 days before Christmas. Which that would be such a beautiful gift. Eli, if you could flip before Christmas, that would be great. So on the 23rd, I'm going to go to my regular OB appointment, but they're going to do an ultrasound and probably a non-stress test. So they'll be able to tell me if he actually flipped or if I just made it up in my head. It's very possible I made it up in my head, because he does like to hug his toes. So it's like, I can't even really tell based on where he's kicking me if he's breech still or not, because when he was breech, he would kick my, the top of my stomach, because his feet were by his face. But also I do feel a lot of like kicking down below as well. So I'm like, are you just doing somersaults in there? Like, what are you doing? I do feel though, because he likes to hug his feet a lot, if I did have to have that procedure where they turn the baby while he's in my stomach, I feel like it would work easier for him, because he already likes to hug his feet. Obviously, by the time they do that procedure, he'll be a lot bigger, so it'll be harder, because they'll take up more space inside of me. But also, like, he likes to hug his feet. So if he's stuck in like a feet hugging position, he's already basically in a somersault. So like, I feel like turning him will be easier, because it's not like his legs are stuck straight out. It's like he's already in a ball. You just have to turn the ball and then roll him out. I don't know if any of that makes sense. But yeah, so long story long, well, that's Eric. Long story long, he is growing very good. Not too good, but he's growing really good. All of his numbers are still in the average ranges of whatever he's supposed to be. He's just on the high end percentile wise for his head, which I'm like, of course, fantastic. And my doctor said that they are like, their policy is that they're willing to schedule inductions at 39 weeks, as early as 39 weeks. So my grand master plan, which is not very grand at all, but essentially what I'm thinking of doing is, so ideally he flips, right? He flips on his own. And then on the 19th, when I go to my growth scan, if he is still within a normal range to have a regular delivery process, I'm going to request to schedule an induction for like February 1st or 2nd, because my due date is February 3rd, and I don't want to miss the window and him get too big. So like, I'm assuming if he gets bigger, he's going to be even closer to like that like range of like what I can actually deliver in a normal way without a C-section, because I would like to avoid a C-section if I can. If I have to have one, I'm having one. Like, I'm not saying I wouldn't get one. I'm just saying, like, if I could avoid it, that's what I would prefer to do for myself. But like, if I have to get one, I'll get one. So if he does flip on his own, or if I have to get him flipped by the doctor and he stays flipped, I will schedule an induction for February 1st or 2nd, if they'll let me. And if he's still breech at 19 weeks, then again, I have an appointment on January 22nd, which is just 2-3 days. It's like Monday is the ultrasound, and then Thursday is the doctor's appointment. So, or my OB appointment. So I will ask them to flip him that Thursday, and then again, schedule the induction very soon. That way he doesn't flip back and like other things don't happen, whatever. He doesn't grow too big. And then worst case scenario, if I go on the 19th and he has not flipped, that will be the day before I turn 39 weeks. They're probably going to want me to schedule a C-section. But TBD, like, it just depends. But like in a dream scenario, he flips on his own. I go to my ultrasound on the 19th of January. They say he looks great. He's not too big. He's perfect. And then on my January 22nd appointment, I schedule the induction for February 1st or 2nd or whatever. So we'll see. I was telling Eric, I was like, I feel like I've covered a lot of the bases, but also I feel like God's just going to laugh at me and do something completely off the wall. And I'm going to be like, well, that didn't go in any of the directions that I had planned for. But I hope whatever happens, Eli is safe, I am safe, everybody's good, nothing like scary happens. I would get a C-section, like if I have to, like obviously if he's too big to come out the normal way, then it is what it is. But I didn't really mentally prepare for the C-section, which in hindsight I definitely should have, because people get emergency C-sections during the labor process all the time. Like, that's super common. And so I'm kind of glad that this all happened the way it did, because now I have been researching C-sections a lot more. I have watched so many birth videos in the last like month and a half. It is insane. Like, I have watched unmedicated births, medicated births, C-sections, inductions, whatever, like home births. Like, I've watched every version of a birth you could imagine on YouTube. And I'm like, wow, I'm surprised they let them show as much as they do show on YouTube because of like censoring and stuff. But like, I don't care. I watch it all. And so I'm feeling better because I'm exposing myself to more of that information. And so I've been also watching videos about like postpartum care for a C-section scar, and like how recovering from a C-section delivery versus a vaginal delivery is different. And like, I've just been going through those motions of like educating myself, so that way I'm not shocked when they start talking to me in certain ways about certain things. Like, I want to be informed so I feel comfortable making the right decisions for myself, because if I don't know what I don't know, it's not going to be good. So, because that's when I freak out, is when I don't know. Like, when I feel like I don't have information, or like I don't have enough information to make an educated decision, it makes me nervous. So I've just been doing a ton of research, and it's making me feel a lot better. It's just kind of funny, because of course, like I'm going into the delivery thinking I'm gonna deliver one way, So I've bought all the care stuff. Like I've bought the ice pads, the Tux pads that you put in that have the witch hazel on them, the creams, like all the like adult diapers that you have to wear. I've gotten all of these things already because a lot of people, A, got them for me for my baby shower, and B, you know, it's just like I'm just prepping for the hospital and stuff. And I know that they'll give me a lot of that stuff, but like I've heard so many people through all these videos that I've watched are like, some of the stuff at the hospital is great, but other things you really just want to bring your own because it's just not the same. Like the Perry bottle and the this and the that and whatever. So I'm like making a shopping list for myself, and then I'm just gonna laugh if I have all of this stuff and then he doesn't even come out that way. And then it's like, now I have a new problem. I've had major abdominal surgery and I don't need any of these things because nothing happened down there. And I mean, obviously I'll just donate it all or return what I can that I haven't opened. But I'm just like, man, like it's just like another thing to prep for, like just in case. It's like another unknown. And I'm not a big fan of unknowns, but I'm trying to just like let go and just let it happen the way it's supposed to happen. But like, I'm not trying to control the situation, but I'm trying to control how I react to the situation, if that makes sense. Like I'm trying to be okay with everything. And the only way that I can do that is to be over prepared and just over prepared in every sense of the word. Over educated, over like stimulated, over shopped, over everything. But that's where we're at with the baby journey right now. Again, he's doing perfectly fine. He's growing perfectly fine. Again, he does have a big old head, but so does his dad, so it is what it is. But yeah, I'm so looking forward to 2026 and like knowing that like it's almost go time. Because I'm so researched at this point, I really am not afraid of the labor and delivery process. I'm more like anxious, excited, like, you know what I mean? Because it's like, again, the unknown. Like, I don't know. Am I going to go into spontaneous labor or am I going to schedule an induction? Am I going to have a C-section or am I going to have a vaginal birth? Am I going to do it at, like, am I going to make it to the hospital? Like, I just, like, once I'm in the room and it's actively happening, I feel like I'm going to be, like, locked in. But leading up to that moment, it's like you don't know when it's going to happen. So that anxiety of anticipation, that's what's killing me. But I'm excited about it, if that makes any sense. Let me know if you're a mama, or if you've had kids. Like, let me know in the comments. Is this totally normal? Am I feeling normal things? Because this is how I'm feeling right now, and it's my first kid and probably my only kid, and so I'm just kind of like, I'm going through it. But I feel like it's the rite of passage as a new mom to just like freak out about everything, and then, you know, if you have multiple children, you're like, by the time you get to the second and third one, it's just like, you know what to do. But I'm really only hoping to have one, so it's like, this is kind of the big moment for me. Oh gosh, but yeah, it's like, because it's the holidays, the next 2 weeks feel like they're not even real. Like, even though like this is my last week of work, I have 2 weeks off, and then I go back to work on January 5th. January 5th, we're going to be potentially 2 to 4 weeks out from me having a baby. What? Like, what? Like, that's so crazy. I don't want to say I don't feel ready, because I'm ready, but like I don't feel like how people say you normally feel when you're like this far along in pregnancy. Like, I'm not like, get this baby out of me. Like, granted, I'm only 33 weeks at the time that you see this, but like, I don't know. I'm not a miserable pregnant person, so like it doesn't feel like my body's like getting ready. Granted, maybe that changes like in the last 4 weeks. Maybe my body will take a shift and it'll be like, oh, I feel like a full elephant. Please make him stop kicking me. But who knows? I don't know. We're just gonna roll with it. Luckily, I'm married to like the most laid back human being on the planet Earth. And he nothing phases him ever. So if it's okay that I freak out, because he's not freaking out. He's very calm, cool, and collected. So I'm like a spinning top, and he's just like, yeah, it's gonna be fine. And I'm like, but what about this? He's like, and that's gonna be fine. And we'll be fine. And I'm like, okay, all right, buddy, whatever you say. I need to channel more of that Eric energy of everything is fine. But again, it just makes me feel better to spin like a top. So I'm just gonna keep spinning like a top, because that's what I do. And then it does end up working out just fine. But I'm cracking open my number 8 crystal in white, because my tray is getting a little low and it's hard to make the lines. I've been using the same putty for a while and it's actually working pretty well. The crystal drills have like this like coating on them. I don't know what it is, if it's like dust or dirt or glitter. I genuinely don't know what it is, but it dirties my putties super fast, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because then it doesn't grip the head of the rhinestone as securely to where it doesn't want to let it go when I put it back on the canvas. Because, okay, hard deviation from that, hard left turn from that conversation. This canvas, okay, so I held it up for you guys. It's super pretty from far away. The drills are actively trying to run off of this canvas. Like, the glue is just super not good. That's also why I'm kind of motivated to finish it, because I really want to work on my other projects that I'm just enjoying a lot more. Obviously right now my only other active big whip is Marie Christmas, but I do want to put in a lot more time on that one. And I finished a row of that one and I knew I had to come back to this one, and that's why I'm probably going to just make these last 2 rows my last, like I'm just going to make this my last row so that this is done, and then I can just permanently work on that one until the end of the year, because it's just not fun to work with not the best glue. And again, the rhinestones aren't necessarily bad. They're just like, some of them are a little misshapen, and I'm trying to be picky about which ones I put down, but the glue makes it really not even matter, because even if I put only the best drills down on here, like if I were to like rub my hand really hard, I would pick up like 10 diamonds, like easily, and I wouldn't even have to press that hard. So again, I don't know if the reason the glue is bad on this canvas is because it's from 2024 and maybe the glue got updated with this company, or if it's just like it's a special project, like it's a special drill. And so because special drills, again, there is a little bit of like a something, a dust, a residue on these drills. So that could also be why. Maybe it's not even the glue, maybe it's that the drills are not clean enough to like where like maybe the dust is sticking to the canvas, and then that's what's making the drill not, it like moves around too much. I genuinely don't know. I take full responsibility for the top placement being a little ugly in the white, because I was trying to experiment with like diamond painting horizontally and vertically. But now that I'm down here, I'm in a groove now, and my rows are a ton straighter. That is something I will say that's a green flag for this canvas, is there isn't a whole lot of gapping. Honestly, there's almost no room for error. So if you're someone who doesn't like a super tight grid field, I think you would probably hate this, because there genuinely is not gapping on this entire canvas, other than areas where like I didn't place very perfectly. But like if you don't place super straight, if you would single place this whole thing, it would be fantastic. Like it would probably look a million times better than how it looks when I'm doing it. Because again, I'm using a Diamond Art Club 8 placer. And it's going well, but if you're not really paying attention to your rows and like lining up your drills, it could get out of hand very fast, and it's very hard to straighten crystals. They don't want to cooperate at all, but I'm doing my best, and it's looking okay. I'm gonna seal this canvas. I know I've told you guys that before. I haven't bought the stuff yet, but I'm gonna use that polyacrylic mini wax brand that everyone suggests to seal the canvas when it's done, just so that way I don't have any issues with like drills popping off after I finish it or when I put it away. Like I just don't want to have to think about it anymore. And maybe that'll make me like the canvas better, although it's going to be annoying when I do like seal it, because then it can only lay flat, it can't be rolled up. If I rolled this canvas, I swear every drill would fall right off, or not everyone, but a lot of them. So yeah, I'm just trying to finish this project up. It was a great little holiday snacky project. I'm really glad that I did it. I'm happy that I was able to do another new shop that I had never done before. And again, I don't hold any of this against the shop. I think I personally am just not into like the full crystal thing, which is like some people love doing full crystal canvases. I just don't think it's my bag. But I'm glad I did it once. And I think if an image ever came out that was like so amazing, I was like, holy cow, I might buy one again if I really, really loved the image. But I don't think this is one that I would pick up like on the regular moving forward. But like I said, I'm really glad to have had the experience, and I'm hoping that the glue situation has already been improved upon, or maybe if they hear this feedback, they'll improve upon it or look into it for future purchase people who are purchasing. So yeah, but it looks cute. Like when you do pull back, it does look cute. And again, the grid field is really tight, which I like. And personally, like I hate gapping. I hate gapping worse than this glue. So if this was bad glue and gapping, I would probably not have finished the project. But because it's a good grid field, I'm gonna finish it. But yeah, so it's definitely worth trying if you've never done a canvas like this before that's full crystal. I would still definitely recommend you try it, but just pick something small. Pick something small to start with. Even this might be a little big. This is a 40 by 50 centimeter. I probably could have gone a little smaller, but I just really liked this picture, and I wanted to do it last year for the holidays, but it got here after Christmas, so I didn't end up doing it last year. But like, if you can pick something, maybe like a 20 by 20 or something, even like a snack size canvas or something, just to see if you like it, then you can make a better informed decision about purchasing again. But like for me personally, again, unless I'm like obsessed with whatever the image is, I probably won't do this kind of project again where it's like full crystal, because it's just not my bag at the moment. Maybe my opinion will change over time. I know people's tastes and interests can change. So like maybe as I continue to work on diamond paintings, like maybe in a couple of years, I'll look back and be like, I kind of want to do one again just for fun. So yeah, I'm definitely a never say never person, because like you could never know what could happen or change in your life, or your experiences that makes you change like what you like or like your style. But as of right now, I think after this one, I'm good for a while on the crystal projects. But let me know in the comments if you've ever worked on a full crystal project like this before, or ever purchased from Crystal Canvas Art Designs. Was your experience similar to mine? Was it super different from mine? Are you like, that's so crazy, I've never had that happen to me with those canvases before? Or you're like, oh yeah, that's totally par for the course. I'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback on this as well, because this is just my very first time, and I know some people swear by these canvases. So it's like, I'm like, that kind of freaks me out, because I'm like, wait, am I doing something wrong that like I'm having a different experience? But you know, everyone has their own, every canvas is different, everyone's experiences are different, and that's just the way life goes. But I just wanted to be honest with you guys and let you know what's going on and how I'm feeling about it. But I'm really glad I did it, and I'm really glad I tried it. And this was the only canvas I had from this company. So again, like I said, I'm just gonna enjoy this completion once it's done, and then move on to try other new shops, because that's where I'm at right now with my stash. Like, I have a lot of really cool diamond paintings from a bunch of different companies, and I keep seeing really cool stuff come out from these companies, but I'm like, I just can't justify continuing to buy from these other companies until I do one project to know that I love it, because that's how my stash is going to get out of control. And it's like crazy to think like, oh, you've done a canvas, or you've never done a canvas from this company, but you have a stash of like 15 from that shop. Like, I'm not saying like if that's you, I'm not judging you for it, like, but I personally would judge myself for that. Like, I wouldn't want to have a bunch of canvases from a bunch of different places and then just have never done them. So if a new shop comes on the scene, I'll be happy to like purchase a canvas to put it in my stash to like work on. But like Oraloa, Bella Art Diamonds, Enablers Outpost, Carrot Art Design, I have canvases from all those places, and I want to work on at least one of the ones I have from them first. And then if it's like amazing, I have a wish list that I can go back and like go bananas, because it's like, yeah, I know I love it, like let's go back and buy it up. Diamond Art Club I know I love, so that's why the majority of my stash is Diamond Art Club, because I don't have to have that concern about if I think the quality is good, because I know the quality is good. I've finished several from that company, big and small. So that's why sometimes my buying trends feel very singularly focused. It's because I haven't had the chance to like make my rounds on every company. I mean, I've only been diamond painting for a year, to be fair. But after I finish this canvas, I'll have to think about what small shop I may want to kit up next. That's something that I have to think about, because some of my small shop canvases are smaller like this and some of them are big. So I just need to be judicious about what I work on. Maybe while I'm on maternity leave, that can be something I kind of focus on, is like, because I'm going to have so much, I don't want to call it free time because I'm going to have a newborn, so it's not really free time, but I'm not going to be working, right? So I feel like while, you know, I'm with Eli, if he's taking a nap or if like whatever, if I'm feeding him, whatever, if I have extra time to spare, I'll probably have more spare time than when I do work. So I feel like I might actually be able to get a couple finishes, maybe like 1 or 2 finishes done while I'm on maternity leave. So maybe let me know in the comments if you think that's a good idea, that like I prioritize working on some kits that are like new to me shops while I'm on maternity leave, so I can kind of get a good idea, because I don't want to get too far into 2026 still not knowing how I feel about a bunch of places. Obviously there's only so much I can do. It's not like by the end of my maternity leave I'll have like, you know, 7 finishes from every shop in my collection. That would be awesome, but I'm not going to promise that, because I am going to be learning how to be a new mom and raising a newborn and feeding him and doing all the things with him and doctor's appointments and Eric, and just there's going to be a lot going on. It's not like I'm going to be diamond painting 8 hours a day. I would love that if this was my full-time job, but unfortunately right now that is not the case. So I'm trying to be realistic and think like maybe I can get like 1 or 2 extra canvases done during my maternity leave, because I'll have time to spare in the day when I'm not with Eli, or even like when we put him down for the night and stuff, once he's a little older and he sleeps in longer stints. But maybe I should work on small shop ones, because my 2026 like year theme is going to be Black Friday, Cyber Monday kits, and I'm pretty committed to that. But those, like, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish one of those a month. So I'm just going to constantly, it's like I'm always going to have one kitted up and working on one, but like, I don't know that I'll necessarily get 12 of them done in the year, because some of them are very, very large. So it'll just depend on which ones get voted on and which ones you pick and which ones I pick and whatever. I was making a list for 2026 of like different little goals I have for myself, and I've been thinking a lot about my bingo card and what I want it to look like for 2026, and you guys have given me some good ideas too. And actually I've been seeing a lot of other creators make bingo cards for next year, which I think is so cool. I love that other people are doing that too. Like it's honestly really fun, and it's just like a fun thing to do. So that's been kind of inspiring too, to see like what types of things people are putting on their bingo cards, and I'm like, do I want to put that on mine, or what do I want to do? So I think my bingo card this year, I'll make a whole video dedicated just to the bingo card closer to the holidays. But what I'm thinking is my bingo card will probably be a mix of like personal goals and fun random predictions. I think I'm going to do a mix, because I really liked the predictions from this year, and it was really fun to try to like shoot in the dark some things that did end up coming true. Again, I'm still so proud of my Thomas Kincaid prediction. That was like so out of left field. That was like the best bingo prediction ever. But like stuff like that, but then mixed with like my goals. Like one of my goals for 2026 is I wrote down a bunch. Where's my list? Here, it's right here. Let me just peek at it. One of my goals for next year is to finish a mystery kit. That's one of my goals, and that's something I could put on my bingo card for 2026. Michaela's been working on a mystery. Courtney just finished a mystery. Like, I've just been seeing a bunch of people work on mystery canvases, and I'm like, man, I keep buying them from my favorite artists. I'm not buying every mystery kit I see, but when my favorite artists have mystery kits, I do tend to buy them. I have the Yume art one, the Margaret Morales, I have a Catriona Crehan, and I have the Mariana Suli. I think those are the 4 mystery kits that I currently possess. And so I'm kind of like, okay, I probably should work on one to see if I even like it, because all of my mystery kits are like pretty decent large size. So I'm like, okay, if I hate it, I need to destash some of these. What I'll probably do, I don't know what part of the year I'm going to do it, but I'll probably do the Margaret Morales one as my very first, because I would, even if I decided I didn't love mystery kits, I still want to have every Margaret Morales painting in my collection. So I don't think, even if I didn't like mystery kits, I don't think I would ever destash that one because it's a Margaret. So I might as well make that my first mystery that I work on. That way, if I hate it, at least I finished it and it's a Margaret. You know what I mean? Like, and then I could destash the other ones I have that aren't my favorite artists. They're artists that I love, but like, you know, Margaret's my queen. So that's what I'm like leaning towards. Because the Catriona Crehan one is like a Halloween themed one. Yume Art, I think it was portrait, I think was its like descriptor. Margaret Morales' descriptor was floral, so maybe that could be like a springtime thing that I do. And then the Mary Gonasuli was autumn cozy. That was its descriptor. So I think doing one in the beginning of the year, again, trying to get some kind of new to me stuff done in the beginning of the year so it informs my purchasing for the rest of the year, that will be super helpful, I think. So kind of TBD on how everything shakes out next year, especially again, because I'm going to give myself a ton of grace and space to just enjoy my time with Eli, enjoy my maternity leave from work, enjoy my time, my small amount of time I'm taking away from YouTube. I'm obviously going to miss you guys a whole lot, but like I don't want to get in my own way of enjoying those moments that are never going to come back. Like they grow so fast and I want to soak up all of that joy and excitement, especially when he's just super teeny tiny. But then I'll be back and I'll be sharing with you guys. And like I've mentioned this before in other videos, but like I'll probably come back slow and then work my way up to whatever I think is possible with my new reality of being a mom. You know, I don't know. I would love to say that like I'm going to be able to be back on here just as much as I am right now. And maybe one day I'll work up to that. But also like I'm going to take it slow and not overcommit myself because I definitely don't want to burn out on the craft or on YouTube because both are such a source of joy for me. So I don't want to make myself not like it because I feel like it's a job. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like I don't want it to feel like I'm pressured to do anything because I don't want to feel like resentful or regretful or like I don't want to feel like I'm not spending time with him and I don't want to feel like I'm not spending time with you and then my friends. That's actually one of my notes here. It says trying to find balance with friends and baby and personal time and family time and Eric and I time and Eli and this. It's like, it'll happen. I'm sure like over time I'll get better at it. But even just in this time of pregnancy, like I'm like, I wish there were 2 of me. I wish there were 4 of me. Like, I wish I could dedicate a whole version of myself to all of the things that I love to do, but that's just not reality. And so I'm going to strive for balance next year, a healthy balance of all of the things that I love to do. And I just appreciate, I know every time that we talk about this, you guys are like, we'll watch anything and just take your time and do whatever you want to do. And I'm so thankful that you guys are so willing to support me through this because I have no idea what I'm doing. But also like you guys have become such a special part of my life. And I literally spend every week I spend time with you guys. And I don't want this to ever stop. Like, even if it's just whip and chats until I die, I'll probably keep doing them because this is so cathartic for me. And again, you guys, I feel like you're my real friends. Like, we talk about life and just whatever's happening. And like, it's really nice. It's just really nice to have friends, even if they live far away, and just to be able to catch up with each other. And you guys always comment such thoughtful things. And I don't think that I'll ever want to lose this part. But also I love obviously the crazy unboxings and the other fun videos and things that come up throughout the year too. I don't want to lose that either, but I think those things I'll slowly come back to. Whereas I think that this is probably going to be the first thing that rekindles, upon my return, because I just want to share everything with you guys. Like, I'm so excited to tell you guys about, like, you know, when he takes his first steps and like when he starts talking and when he eats his first solid food and like what how Eric is doing. And I promise you guys, I've seen you guys say it in the comments, I will have grandma, aka my mom, I will have her back on the channel. I just have to figure out timing wise when to do it. I don't know, because again, the holidays are so crazy insane. It might not be until January. I would like to do it before Eli gets here, because I think it'd be really cool to kind of like interview her, like, grandma, like pre-baby, like, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? But it'll happen. I promise it'll happen again. It's not like that was a one and done. She'll be back. Grandma's coming back soon. And I'm sure once Eli is here, she'll have so much to say about everything. Yeah, and I'm sure once I, like, again, get my feet underneath me, once I decide to, like, start making videos again, one of my first whip and chats, I'm sure, will be, like, my, like, legit whole birth story, and I'll tell you guys how all of that went and everything. But yeah, it's getting so real. It's so real, and it's so crazy. I cannot believe it. I, like, forget I'm pregnant sometimes, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, not only am I pregnant, but he's gonna be here, like, in a month. Plus a couple weeks. 2 months. I guess 2 months, 7 months. 7 months. 7 weeks, guys. Not 7 months, 7 weeks. It's now 9:40 something. Okay? Don't judge me. Alright? It's 7 weeks, not 7 months. He will be here in 7 weeks if he goes full term, which is what we all hope for. As long as he's safe and healthy, that's what we want to see. We want a fully cooked turkey, so we're just going to keep baking the turkey. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to all of that. What other notes did I have? I'm just reading my notes. Oh, Saturday was kind of a fun night before I killed myself going to Walmart and putting up my Christmas decorations on Sunday. Saturday was actually lovely. Saturday I went to K-pop for dinner with my friends, which is Korean barbecue. That was delicious. Eli very much loves protein, so he was thrilled to death. And then we played Mario Kart Saturday night, me and my friends, and that was really fun. I am like a Nintendo 64 girl, so I can, like, wipe the floor with anyone on Nintendo 64 Mario, but the new Wii, like, Nintendo Switch version of Mario, I'm just not as good at it, and the maps are so crazy and wild, like, but Eric is so good at it, and so he, like, smoked all of us. I was just happy to not be in last place, to be honest, but it was really fun. So we did that on Saturday, and then this week, like, the week that we're currently in, again, it's just the last week of work, so today was insane. Today was just a crazy day for so many different reasons, but tomorrow, which for you guys is yesterday, is my work party, like my work Christmas party, so that's pretty much what we're going to be doing all day tomorrow, is just, like, celebrating and eating and celebrating. I kind of chickened out on my potluck contribution. Normally I'll make something or I'll make a dessert. This time I literally signed up to bring the white Christmas tree cakes from Little Debbie's, like the little snack cakes. But I put them on a cute little platter and they look really sweet and pretty. But I literally just bought the snack cakes and we're just gonna roll with that. I filmed this weekend, and I already edited it, my premiere video for the Christmas premiere, so please make sure that you check out the Christmas premieres when they start going on. I'm sure you guys will see posts about it on YouTube and on Facebook. Once the playlist link is shared, I will make sure to put it in my description boxes. I don't have it yet, but once it exists, I will make sure to tell you guys about it and share it with you. Basically, if you're not familiar, Christmas premieres are where a bunch of creators, YouTube creators, get together and they create each creator creates a 1 hour video, and they get put it into this master playlist that runs for like 3 or 4 days. And every single hour a new creator's video goes live. Well, it goes on premiere mode, which means there's a chat feature. So, like, it's not like a live, like we're actively talking with you. It's like a pre-recorded video. But we could be in the chat with you guys, and you guys can talk to each other in the chats, and like and if you're in the playlist, once one video ends, it'll take you right to the next one, and you can keep the chat going over there. So it's just really, really cool. And my time slot is for Christmas Eve at noon, which is perfect because that's my normal time to upload on a Wednesday. So you won't get a whip and chat from me on Christmas Eve, but you will get a Christmas premiere video. And I think you guys are really gonna like this one. It's a video that I've been asked by many people to do again, so I'm excited about it. So definitely check that out. And what else, diamond painting wise? I did buy the 3rd mystery box. Don't shame me, okay? I'm probably going to destash every mystery box that I have. I'm going to do a separate video showing you guys what I got in my mystery boxes. I have two of them behind me. I have the one that was like $185. That was like the 3 kits. I have the one that was the 2 kits. So the 2 Cyber Monday boxes I have here already. And then the third one, that was like the random one that was the week after, should be here this week, I hope, because I'm hoping to get that video up on Sunday. I'm not sure if it'll happen. I will wait until the 3rd mystery box comes, because I might as well just do one big mystery box video. But look forward to that. And then all of my Black Friday purchases have arrived, so you guys are going to get that video on Friday, which I'm so excited about. Those are not sneak peeks. Those are literally the 7 kits that I just bought off like for Black Friday for myself. So I'm going to do a huge Black Friday unboxing this Friday. And then I'm still waiting for my sneak peeks to come in. I got one of them today. It was, I think it's the Gubu family one. Let me open this box. I didn't even open the box yet. Let me see what I got. Yeah! Welcome to My Room by Gubu Family. So I just opened the box. You watched me do it. So I just got this in. So at some point you might get an extra video from me just unboxing this by itself, because this was a Diamond Art Club sneak peek that they sent to me, but I literally got it today on Monday the 15th. So I'm just going to film this as a first look and get it up for you guys as soon as I can, I promise. But yee! After this one, the other, that is gonna fall. No, okay. The other sneak peeks that I'm still waiting on is the Margaret Morales Royal Cuddle. The fact that I got that as a sneak peek makes me want to cry tears of joy, but I'm so sad. I'm already seeing other people get it, and they're already posting pictures of it in the VIP page, and I'm like, no, I haven't gotten mine yet. So I'm waiting for that one. I'm waiting for the Eau Claire Studio, that super colorful one. I can't remember its exact name, but I have that one as a sneak peek. Wishbone from Peanuts is a sneak peek. The Gubu Family one, which I have in my possession now. I already did 2 of mine, the Capricorn Zodiac kitten, and then Aura, the black cat with the crystal and the moon. Those 2 I've already unboxed on the channel, so you can find those on the channel already for first looks. And then what's this one? Oh, the Miss Holly. I also haven't gotten that one yet. That pretty Miss Holly one, where it's like the 2 friends, and one of them is playing on a DS and the other one has a cell phone, and they're like in the kimonos or whatever. The super pretty one. I'm pretty sure that's Miss Holly. Yeah. Those are still coming. TBD. Unclear. Unsure. Oh, also, Amsterdam Canal restocked, so I picked that up today. Was that today? Maybe that was yesterday. I don't remember. But Amsterdam Canal restocked, and I picked it up, and you guys are never going to guess what I picked up with it to get free shipping, because of course, God forbid, I only buy one painting. I picked up my first Ines Guerrero painting. I am really, really excited about it. I do not own any paintings from, well, I do now, but they obviously haven't shown up yet. Like, I just ordered this like yesterday or today. I literally can't remember. But I was searching through my wish list, and none of my on the fence wish list kits really spoke to me. But then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go into bestsellers and just peruse because sometimes things get restocked and I don't even notice it because I don't have them on any of my lists. So I was like, you know what? Let me just scroll for a little bit. And I found an Ines Guerrero that was in stock, and I had been really drawn to it before, and I didn't pull the trigger on it. And I was like, you know what? This one would be really fun to diamond paint. So I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to hold on to it and work on it at some point. But I'll let that one be a surprise. So just know it's an Ines Guerrero. It was available on the bestseller list, but I paired it with my Amsterdam Canal. So again, eventually one day in 2026, probably, you will see an unboxing of that. But that's what I've bought so far for 2020 or December 2025. And then, yeah, we talked about bingo already, Cyber Monday, Black Friday theme for 2026. Still trying to figure out, I'm trying to kind of build a little bit of a schedule for myself because I'm trying to organize my thoughts to figure out because every month my membership of the channel gets to vote on a kit that I work on. So some months it might be a Black Friday, Cyber Monday kit that they get to vote on, and other months it might be like a small shop or something different. Like there's options. There's choices. So I'm trying to figure out each month what is the kit that gets voted on versus what are the kits that I'm choosing for myself. And so once I organize my thoughts on that, I'll probably do like either like an update video or something just explaining like where my head's at as far as like 2026 goals. Maybe I'll make it part of my bingo card video because it's kind of like, that's kind of what it is. It's kind of like 2026 goals / bingo card predictions. It's kind of all together. We'll see. I'll figure it out. I have to put more like brain power to it. So I think we can move to question of the day. I didn't get to finish the section, but I got really close. Look at all that. That's all we did. I did all of that white. So it looks really, really good. Let me put, is that enough? Oh, it is. Okay. I'm going to put that little sheet back there. I'll probably finish that square later tonight. But we're getting close to closing time and I still have to, it's almost 10 o'clock and I still have to take a bath and I have to wrap my office presents for my friends tomorrow. So I got to get to moving and grooving, man. Okay. So we're going to ask the question of the day, 2,000 questions about me. I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to answer it. You guys can answer in the comments if you feel comfortable. No pressure to do so. What number should I pick? There is no DMCs here, so I don't, oh wait. I'll do 189. It's the last number, color number on this legend here. 189. 189. Let's see. Okay. Oh my gosh, we already did 189. That's such a random number that we've already done. I'll do 167. That was the number right before it. 167. Would you ever consider training for a triathlon? Oh my heaven above. No? Well, consider it? Sure. I would consider it. But would I do it? No. No, don't put me down for cardio. I'm not a runner. Okay. I can do like little bursts. Like when I was in my heyday and I played soccer, I could do endurance running, which isn't really running, it's like jogging. Because obviously when you're playing a sport like soccer, you're running up and down the field all day. But I was a defender, so I wasn't like, a midfielder is literally running upfield all the way to the goal line and also back all the way to defense. So they're doing the most running. Sometimes they call them a sweep position or a midfield, whatever. I was left defense, so I would run a lot, but most of my running was on my half of the field. Like I wasn't typically crossing half field unless it was like a corner kick or I was supporting, I was like catching, I was like grabbing a ball to then put it back into play on the opposing team's side of the goal line. But obviously I haven't played soccer like that in years. But I don't think that's enough experience in running for like a triathlon. If I'm remembering correctly, and tell me if I'm wrong, it's biking, swimming, and running. Those are for a triathlon. Aren't those the 3 categories? Swimming, I could probably, again, I'm not saying I could do it as if like I could do it gracefully and actually place. No. But I'm a Florida girl born and raised. I am a very good swimmer. I can swim through some pretty rough water. I've done it before. And I swim in my adult life. Like I go to the pool a lot. I go to the beach a lot. I will swim out to a sandbar. I've done that before. Again, currently very pregnant, will not be risking that at this time. But like I feel very confident in my swimming skills. As long as they're not making me do any sort of like crazy strokes, like breaststroke or whatever. Like I don't know how to swim formally, but I am a good swimmer. Like I can tread water, I can keep my head up, I can like sustain my energy in the water for long periods of time. I have been known to go to the beach and literally tread water for like hours just talking to my friends. So like I have that I think in the bag. Biking, I love biking, like meaning like not like the super marathon bikes. I've never owned one of those before, but like as a kid, I would tear off on my bike throughout my neighborhood and I would be out there for like days, like straight up just getting lost in my neighborhood on my bike. Me and my friends would do that all the time. But like as I've aged, I'm not that old, but like as I've aged, I don't have the tolerance to sit on that seat for hours like I used to when I was a kid. It's not very comfortable. If you could do the bike where you lay down, like, you know, the bike where you're sitting like lower to the ground and like you're pedaling this way as opposed to like this way, maybe, because then it would feel like I'm laying down. But also you'd have to figure out how to steer yourself. I think out of the 3 categories, the running would be the no-go for me. It would take me out. If I could power walk a triathlon, maybe. Also, if I could, I feel like my age group, like, I would be an embarrassment to my age group, because my age group, there's so many people. Oh my gosh, there's people like even way older than me. There's a woman that works at my college. She's literally retiring this year, and she runs like the Boston Marathon, the New York Marathon, she runs all these local marathons too, like 26 milers, da 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 da. Like, I'm like, she's incredible, and she's like in her like late 70s, and I'm like, you're a rock star and you deserve to be worshipped for your athletic ability. But she's been running her whole life. I am not like that, nor was I ever. Again, like, I played a sport, but that, I don't think that makes someone athletic. Like, I didn't play it into my adult life. Like, do I like to go to the park with my friends and kick a soccer ball around? Sure. Am I running a 90-minute game anymore? No. So it's a little different. But yeah, it'll be really fun though when Eli is older. If Eli is into sports, I bet you I get back into it, because I love watching sports and participating. So like, I played soccer. I love watching football. I love watching hockey. I really do enjoy sports for what they are, both as like entertainment for viewers and also like participation. So if Eli ends up being kind of like a jockey kind of kid and he likes playing sports, I'm gonna have so much fun being a sports mom, because I will be that obnoxious mom in the crowd with the sign and the glitter on their face and like his number on my forehead, and I'll be screeching, and the coach will be like, ma'am, sit down, you have a red flag for opening your mouth for the 100th time. And I'll be like, fight me. That's the mom that I'm gonna be if he's a sports kid. I'll probably be just as obnoxious if he's like an artsy kid. Like, he'll be in the school play and I'll be like, that's my baby, and they'll be like, shh. I'll be like, sorry, I'm just really excited. But anyways, would you ever consider training for a triathlon? Consider it? I just did. Yes, I would consider it. Would I do it? Nay. I like my lungs just where they are. So let me know in the comments below. Would you ever consider training for a triathlon? Or have you ever completed one? If you've actually completed one, say that so we can clap it up for you in the comments, because you deserve all the golden riches for that, because that is, wow. I'm sure you added like 10 years to your life just doing that. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys really enjoyed this whip and chat. It has been such a pleasure chatting with you tonight. Again, getting like the steam up to start filming always takes me a minute, but then once I'm in here and I'm chatting with you guys, I don't know how to explain it. It just literally brightens my day to connect with you guys, and I'm in such a better mood than when I started. And I got like a big section done of my diamond painting, so we're doing great. This project is definitely going to be done probably by the end of the week. That's crossing my fingers. My hope is this whole painting is done by the end of the week, and then I can focus on Marie Christmas. Oh my gosh, I didn't show you guys. Saturday and Sunday, I worked on a small project. I don't consider it a diamond painting finish because it's a sticker, but I finished a sticker from Diamond Delights because I was doing this while I was at my friend's house, and then I watched the entire Eras tour the last show, the one where they did the whole tour but they added Tortured Poets Department. This took me one Eras tour watch. But look, I did it. It's Serene Dragon Spirit from Diamond Delights, and this is a giant sticker. It is super, super cute. So I literally did this in, how long is the Eras tour? 3.5 hours. That's how long it took me to do this sticker, but I love it and it's so cute. So yeah, that was a nice little cheeky finish for the weekend. But again, I don't consider it a full diamond painting finish because it's a sticker, but I wanted to show you that I did that. Anyways, I hope you guys had fun chatting tonight. Answer all my fun questions in the comments below. I look forward to reading them. Let me know, would you ever consider running a triathlon or participating in a triathlon? What WIP were you working on? Are you still waiting for your Black Friday or Cyber Monday orders to come in? Give me all the updates. I want to hear from you. And yeah, I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.